So what is SignNow? SignNow is going to be your typical e-signature solution. It is legally binding, but it definitely helps move business forward, especially nowadays with COVID and the pandemic. I think we're close to being done. I'm fully vaxxed, super thankful. But I think it's not going to go anywhere. The digital transformation that took place last year, especially with remote workers wanting to remain remote, SignNow is definitely going to help there. As far as our company goes, we're a little over 10 years old. We have 70,000 customers worldwide and just a little north of 6 million users on a daily basis. As far as some of the key features, and we'll get into this more whenever I open up the demo, but obviously you can set orders of the signing in the actual workflow. You can send bulk signature invites. So common use cases like HR documentation, policy updates, things like that. It's just as simple as uploading the CSV. There's also a fully legally binding audit trail. It's really just the life cycle of that document. And then you can make SignNow look like it's your own company. Plus we have APIs if that's ever needed for a specific use case that's not out of the box integrated to the product you want to build the API on. Here's just some use cases. It's pretty busy, but it's just really meant to show you all the areas that you can use something like SignNow. If you take a step back and think about your business and all the paper trails and paper processes that you all have in place, it's probably pretty overwhelming. But HR is really good use case for us, NDAs, new hire contracts, nonprofits. We have a lot of nonprofits within our customer base, volunteer applications, sponsorship request forms, sales documents. Financial services is also really big for us as well with eSignature, just so you can make it as easy as possible for your customers to be able to sign documents that they need to get done. I'll go over 6 benefits of SignNow, and then we'll jump into the demo. But first is just really simplify a complex workflow. So what that means is on the document, once you upload that and set the signing order, if it needs to go to 4 different people after each person signs, so signer 1, signer 2, signer 3, signer 4, in sequential order, you can just set the signing order that way, hit send, and then see where it's at in the process, but not really have to dig and try to find answers to where it's at. So it makes everyone's life easier instead of having to figure out where it's at in the process. Definitely helps increase team productivity. It allows you all to create teams within SignNow, not actually Microsoft Teams, but a team within SignNow to where you all can share templates, track status of other members of that team's documents. You can create an admin over those teams to see what your team is sending in and out, and also just cover people if they are out but have a document out that's important to the business. So SignNow, it's really easy to use. It is very user-friendly. Some people ask about the experience that their customers are going to use or internal folks around SignNow. It's extremely easy to get up and running, but also to fill out. One of the really good things about SignNow is it doesn't let you really make mistakes. It's error-proof on these documents. So if you're ever chasing down people to refill out a document because they missed a piece of information, you can make fields required to where that doesn't happen. We are a very mobile friendly solution, so any device anywhere is kind of the saying we like to say as far as signing and sending documents out for signature. Maintaining your company brand is always a big one. You can update your logo to the SignNow portal, so whenever you send it to customers, it makes it look like it's coming from your company and not a random email that people get a million of every day. Work uninterrupted, kind of already touched on this, but if you think of COVID, everyone working remotely, and how that is going to stay with everyone not being able to be in the same office or people out in the field a lot. You still want business continuity to be efficient, and SignNow definitely helps out with that front. Just a few statistics we've ran. Obviously, it varies from company to company, but this is pretty true. I've been in eSignature for a while, and these stats are pretty relevant across companies that do use or implement eSignature. So increased productivity. You're not tracking down documents. You're not scanning. You're not printing. All that's done with really just a click within SignNow. So it makes everyone's lives easier. If you're planning on using it for customer-facing documents, the easier you make it for your customers to do business with you, the more satisfied they're going to be and hopefully be a repeat customer. Definitely save time on document turnaround time with something like SignNow. It's about 25 times faster than the traditional method, which is quite astounding. And then obviously ROI from a cost standpoint, when you think of labor going into printing, scanning, filing, managing where the document is without any visibility, there's definitely a cost savings associated with SignNow instead of the old manual paper-based processes that companies would have without something like SignNow. To log into SignNow, you can use Google or just set your password, or we have SSO via Okta, Azure, SAML, if that is needed. Got it. So this is going to be the dashboard for SignNow once it loads. So just walking you through the dashboard and what it looks like for you all. So you all can create folders to make it customized to your personal preference and how you want to organize the documents coming in and out. You can create templates, so forms that are going to be static and not change. It's just going to be different people signing out that form over and over again. You can templatize the documents to make it easier on yourself, so you're not having to drag and drop fields every single time you upload those documents. You can share templates with teams that you've built out within SignNow. This is where I was talking about if you want to create a certain set of document for only a certain set of group of people to use, so they're using the right documents. This is where shared templates would definitely come into play. Document groups, what that is going to be whenever you all start your trial. So let's say you're sending out documents, but they have 3 or 4 different forms that you want to combine together. You would just use document groups to be able to send out at once instead of 3 or 4 times. Teams, this is just like it sounds. So a lot of people will set it up like the HR team or sales team or whatever other department, and then add everyone in that department to that team. You can create admins of those teams and then add specific sets of documents to those teams so that everyone knows what to use whenever they're within SignNow. Got it. So I'm just going to upload a document and walk you through the process of that, what it looks like. So whenever I hit upload document, I'm just going to, let's do the volunteer application. This could be any form, it can be any document format. Once it uploads, just does a security check real quick to make sure it's safe to upload. Once you upload it, you're just gonna click more and then open, and this is where you'll start prescribing the fields on that document that you need for it to be complete. Here's all the fields we have. Signature fields, obviously, check boxes, initials, radio buttons. You can do conditional logic. Here's all the fields over to the left. Won't go through every single one, but I think you get the gist on that. So to put a field, you just click on what you want to have, drag it on the document. You can size it. You can make fields also required or not required. Let's do a few more. Let's do some check boxes. make it required. And then we'll do a signature and then date. So from here, it's just going to be one signer for this example. Once everything's on the document to where you want it to be, you can go ahead and hit OK, and then invite to sign. Once you do that, it's going to take you to the area to where you're going to put in the person's email address. And there's a few different options that you do have. Under advanced options, with the enterprise option for sign now, there's a few different authentication methods that are included in the enterprise version. So password, you can create the password that will send an email to make it password protected. Phone number, which will be a text message, and then phone call. They'll get a call with the code for that document to be able to open it up. You can set the expiration date, however often the frequency of that reminder that you want to send out, and then the days before expiration on that document, should you put an expiration date there. So all you do is put in the email, hit send invite, and then it's pretty instantaneous that the recipient of that document will get that. And I'll walk you through that process just to show you what the experience is like. Like I previously said, it's definitely mobile friendly. If someone's out of pocket, they can do this from their phone. They can do it from their laptop. Just as long as it's a connected device, they should be good to go. It'll hit view document and it'll take them to that document, and then through the signing process of filling out that document. Let's go ahead and get started. So whenever you hit start, it takes you to exactly on the document where it needs to be. Here's the checkboxes for signature. I already have one saved, but usually you'll type one out, or you can use your mouse, whatever you prefer. And then date. Once everything's done, they'll be allowed to hit done. They won't be able to unless the document is filled out completely. So that kind of goes back to the reducing errors of the document. Once it's completed, everyone in that signing order workflow will get an email saying that that document has been completed. And it'll have a appended PDF of that completed document with the document history to show you what that document history looks like. This is one of the big things that makes eSignature legally binding and court admissible, is this right here. So like I said, this is like the life cycle of the document. It'll show when it was uploaded, who signed it, when they signed it, it timestamps it, and then also provides the IP address of the person who signed it. If anything was ever disputed, this is the document that you would provide, and then really it's non-disputable whenever you have something like this. Cool. So let's walk through the templates now. So that was just a one-off form that I had sent out with the template features. I'll show you what that is. Like I said, it's really just uploading documents to Sign Now, saving it as a template, and you're able to reuse it over and over again whenever it's needed. So here's that employee time off request that I created before the call. I'll show you what that looks like. So here's going to be all the fields for an employee PTO request form. Checkboxes, signature, date field, and then it needs to be countersigned by the employee once it's submitted. And so this is going to be set up in sequential order. So signer 1 is going to be the employee. Signer 2 is going to be the HR department, let's say, that needs to countersign and approve or deny that request. So I'm going to hit save signers and just show you this real quick. So preview, it's also a good option to do before you send out, just to make sure everything looks the way you want it. If not, you can always go back and edit that template to make it exactly like you need to. From there, you just put in the emails of the employee that needs to get that document. I already saved the template to where it goes to my email address because I'd be countersigning it, which you can do if it's going to be the same person signing that document. Cool. So I know all of you are ProServeIT customers, which means you're probably using Teams. So wanted to walk over or go through the Teams functionality of SignNow and the integration we have with Teams. So it's really just an add-in. You go to that app store within Teams, you can download SignNow, and then it'll add an extension to your Teams account. On this screen, whenever you're under chat, a few different things you can do here. So you can say, show me documents waiting for others to be signed. So once you hit waiting for others, this is powered by bots. So SignNow checks your account. If any documents that are outstanding will pop up here, and you can scroll through those to see where you have outstanding documents that need to be filled out. From the actual SignNow tab, not just the chat tab, it's going to look the same as it would typically within the actual SignNow dashboard, signnow.com. So you have your documents that you probably just saw. Whenever I was going through the demo from the dashboard, you'll still have your shared documents, shared templates as well. Another thing you can do is upload a document from a file you have saved from Teams. All you would do is hit upload document, select the Teams icon, and then whatever team or channel that you're in, if there's ever any files that you want to send out for signature, you'd be able to select that file, and then it's uploaded to the SignNow account. Got it. Some other cool things that you can do within Teams with SignNow is you can create links within the ribbons on Teams. So that PTO request form I built out, I just added it because you can create a signing link from a template and then upload it to Teams as a website, and then it makes a static form within Teams. So let's say there's an HR channel and the HR department wants to upload that PTO request form. What they can do, like I said, upload that signing link from the template, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. And then employees can come in here and access that whenever they need to take time off. So let's hit get started. There's the date. Let's just do 8 hours. Not much notice, but it's okay. I'm going to sign it. And then date it. And then I'm going to hit done. So I'm done with that document in that template that I pre-built. It is set to where once it's completed, it's going to go to the HR department for them to countersign. What that would look like is, let me pull up SignNow. Refresh this. So we'll just hit fill out sign. And the person will also get an email, but I'm already within SignNow. So I'm going to get started. It gives me all the information from the employee that signed off on that time off request form. I'm going to go ahead and approve that. Add my signature hit done. Then once I hit done, everyone in that signing process, including the employee, is going to get the notification that that document has been completed. They can open it up and see if the time off has been denied or approved. And then the signing link to show you that, a few different options you have with signing links. So one was upload it to Teams in a channel to have a document that's static. But once you build out the template, all you have to do is hit create link, and then it really just spits out a website. And from that, you can just create or copy that link and then add it to anywhere. So I did it on the Teams channel. You can also embed it into, let's just say, a employee portal. Another use case for those signing links is if you have documents on your website that are in PDF format that your customers usually come to fill out, they will direct them to this if you link the signing link to whatever form on your website that needs to be filled out.